Okay, so in this question, we cover with the topic of transition matrix. Okay, transition matrix P, right? So normally it is denoted by P from basis B to basis A, right? So we're given to you two bases of A with 3 components, and in basis B with also 3 components, right? So we can see that here the transformation is from P2 polynomial of degree 2 into polynomial of degree 2, right? So if you want to find the transition matrix of P from B to A, right? So this one also can be denoted as P A comma B, right? So be careful with the either you are using arrow or comma, it is different, right? So we want to find the transition matrix P from B to A, right? So this is equal to, so we start with from B to A, right? So we write down all the element in A. Okay, so you look at on A, right? So the element, so the constant part we have 0 1 1, and then 1 0 1. Okay, and the last one is X 0 1 0. Okay, and then we combine with, so this is element in A and element of B, right? So in B we have the first component is 1, so 1, the rest are 0, and then 1 1 0, and then 1 1 and 1. Okay, so as usual we need to reduce, okay, we need to reduce this matrix, right, until we get identity on the left hand side. Okay, so the first one we can interchange R3 with R1. Okay, so you reduce until you get identity on this side. Okay, on this side you get identity. Okay, so we had reduced this matrix until we get identity on this side. So our transition matrix P will be the matrix that we have on the right hand side, right? So P A B is equal to negative 1 negative 1 0 1 1 1 1 2 1. Okay, okay, next we want to solve for B. Okay, the matrix T relative to the basis A is this one. Okay, so we want to find the matrix T relative to basis A, right? So before that, we collect all the information that we have. So we have P A B, that is from A, and then given to you the matrix T relative to B. Right, so definitely on the right side we need to find matrix P B A, right, from A to B, right, from A to B. So it means that it is the opposite of from B to A, as this one is in A, right? So this one we produce matrix T relative to A, right? Okay, so since the last part is from A to B, so it is the opposite, right? It is the opposite of AB, right? P A B, so means that it is the inverse of that, of from B to A. Okay, so before we find the matrix T relative to A, so we need to find the inverse first, right? The inverse of transition matrix, right? So I hope that you still remember on how to find the inverse, right? So the inverse of AB, so this is our matrix, right? So we combine with identity, right? So we reduce until we get identity matrix on the left hand side. Okay, so after we have reduced that matrix until we get identity on the left hand side, so the inverse will be the right side, right? So for this case we have PAB inverse is equal to -1, 1, -1, 0, -1, 1, 1, 0, right? So this is also equal to PA, right? PBA. Okay, so then we plug into the formula that we have produced before, right? Where the matrix T relative to A equal to PAB multiply with TB multiply with BA. So where this is the inverse, right? So we plug in all the matrices that we have. Okay, so normal process, we do matrix multiplication, right? So be careful when you do matrix multiplication, right? Because normally we tend to do careless mistake. Okay, be careful. Okay, so this is the answer for the matrix T relative to the basis A.